Most of my channel is connected to the pagan belief system, because I am a pagan, and I'm a practicing pagan, and I'm also a green witch, which a lot of people are always shocked about. Wow, male witches? Do we even have such a thing? Yes, we do. We have male witches, and that's one thing that I am. Uh, I believe in living my life in the pagan principles because it's made me the most happy. And I'm bringing you along on my journey for telling you stories of my childhood and why I am the way I am. And I'm hitting on different subject areas that you might be interested in. Today, basically, we're talking about uh, uh, my lifestyle as I have developed over the years and my problems that I'm having right now with diabetes. I have type 2 diabetes, and I want to talk to people now that are either pre diabetic or have type 1 or type 2 diabetes. This channel is about trying to live a healthy lifestyle by living with diabetes in your old age. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I want to remind everybody, and anybody that's new, that hasn't subscribed to my channel, please like it, share it with your friends and family. And that's important to me. That helps me grow my channel. Always leave a comment. It could be a little heart emoji, or if you're really wanting to leave something behind that you want me to pray about, because I do accept prayers and I will pray for people that are having problems in their lives. So please remember always that my channel is about love. It's not about any negativity. It's about love and happiness and how to improve your life in all areas, whether you're young, old. Um, a lot of my people are older folks, because those are the subject matters that I usually talk about, things like Social Security and how to live within your means, downsizing, uh, eating healthy, using food as medicine, things like that. And today we're going to talk about diabetes. Now, I don't know much about type 1 diabetes, but I do know a lot about type 2. And I understand that when you develop prediabetes, or your sugar levels start going up and they're not controlled by your blood flow, by your pancreas inside of you, uh, because that's where your insulin comes from, is your pancreas. And if you don't have a healthy pancreas, you will develop diabetes. Okay. Now, the dealing with diabetes in old age, most people go to their doctors and find out that their blood is elevated, and they're developing diabetes. So the doctor will immediately put you on a diabetic medication. Usually it's metformin or some form of, uh, which really isn't good. It's not good at all, because it only masks the symptoms. It doesn't treat the problem, well, why you are diabetic, or why you're going to become diabetic. They call it pre-diabetic symptoms, and it's usually followed up by you're constantly thirsty, you're peeing a lot, your stomach, you have stomach issues, and you're very tired all the time. You don't seem to have any energy. And this is what happens to a diabetic person. The symptoms are loud and clear. And for you to improve your life, you really need to start somewhere. Start with your doctor, but always remember, doctors always treat your symptoms. They don't treat the cause, which is generally in all general medicine that way. They never treat the cause. They always treat the symptoms, and don't get to the bare basics of why you have diabetes. So medications, it's always medications versus herbal teas, herbal remedies to help your blood sugar get lowered to where your body can absorb it and treat it, and make the lowering of your sugar in your bloodstream are better for you, so you don't get fatigued all the time. You don't start getting diabetic foot problems, where there's tingling in your feet and your legs are always weak. Uh, there's a lot of herbal teas out there that are very good for you. So just go on a research run on your computer and type in what herbs are good for your diabetes, and you will get ample information on there. Another thing is diet. Always pay close attention to your diet. Your body will tell you that there's something wrong. You have to pay close attention to your body telling you that you're not eating properly. There are so many things you can do to eat properly, and this is one of the reasons why a lot of people develop extreme diabetic problems. Losing limbs and not being able to stay away from breads and sweets and stuff like that that have a high sugar content. They have a hard time getting away from sugary drinks, which you really, as a diabetic, you have to stop. You have to tell yourself, and in your head space, you have to tell yourself that what is best for me? How can I help my body survive this attack by my body with diabetes? How to lower your blood pressure, how to lower your cholesterol, how to lower the sugar content in your system, because your body cannot absorb all the sugar that is in your system, because your diet is way out of control. You have to learn to control your diet. There's just so many things with controlling your diet. Your the main problem with a lot of people that gain weight is because they just consume too much sugar. Sugar produces fat. Always remember that. Potatoes produce fat because of the starches. Sugary drinks produce fat because it turns to sugar, and sugar turns to starch, and bingo, you put on 20 pounds overnight. Uh, you have to learn how to control your sugar by using spices. Spices is a good thing. There are so many spices out there that will help you control your sugar and stabilize your sugar. You just have to start eating better. Stay away from processed foods. Processed foods is the number one killer in this country, because we don't know that 90% of the food that's in a grocery store is chemically produced, chemicals that your body doesn't need. You need to eat naturally, fresh, wholesome foods. You don't need to eat everything that's been processed 10 and 20 times over, okay? So that's a major battle right there. You have to increase your consumption of fruits and vegetables. You have to eat eggs, okay? Eggs for breakfast is a great way to do it. Add avocados. Eat a lot of spinach, because spinach has a lot of vitamin C, and you need to have a lot of vitamin C in your system. So eat spinach, eat oranges, eat a lot of legumes, lentils, beans, any kind of beans, black beans, white beans, brown beans, whatever bean there is, they're good for you. Eat a lot of that. Try to incorporate in your cooking chia seeds. Try to incorporate olive oil. Try to incorporate flax seeds in your diet. Garlic, squash. It goes on and on and on. Eat a lot of salmon. Switch more to fish. Stay away from beef. You can eat beef every now and then, hamburger and stuff, but don't overdo it, because it's high in fat. You got to lower your weight, because most diabetic people, if you see them in person, you will notice right away they'll have a stomach on them. They'll be pudgy. They don't have a healthy look at all about them. So this is some great advice, because a lot of these foods that you consume, well, when you gain weight, what do you do when you gain weight? Well, you feel less about yourself. You're just not comfortable, because you don't feel right. You're depressed a lot. It causes a lot of deep depression, and people that are diabetic have to struggle with depression a lot. And I don't think I've been depressed. I've had diabetes for 10 years now, and I don't think I've ever been depressed in the whole 10 years that I have been living. I have not been depressed. But before then, I was. When I was pre diabetic, I was always depressed, because I wasn't feeling good. I was tired. I wanted to take naps and sleep all the time. I had no energy to go out to see my friends. So I became a homebody. Depression is not good for you. Another thing you can do, there are certain types of fruits that everybody thinks is good for them, but they really aren't that good for them. Uh, and that's bananas. Stay away from bananas. You don't need bananas because bananas convert to sugar a lot. There's a high content of sugar in bananas. Stay away from grapes. Stay away from raisins. Don't eat any cherries, okay? Because cherries are so high in sugar, you need to stay away from them because they will elevate your sugar just like within an hour. It'll elevate your sugar up, and you will be feeling tired and sleepy. One great example that you can do to help your diabetes out is start taking walks. Go out in nature. Go out on hikes. Get your bicycle out. Go pedal around town. Do something to get your body exercised, okay? Because exercise will lead to fighting diabetes. It'll burn off that energy, all that excess sugar that you have. It'll help burn that off so your system can get back to normal so you can function and feel good about life and be joyful and happiness again. Those are the things to do. Uh, I want to recommend one book in this video. If you're going through diabetes or just in general, even if you don't have diabetes, check this book out. It's called Healing Herbs, Remedies for Over 200 Conditions and Diseases, the ultimate guide to the curative powers of nature's medicine by Michael Castleman. This is such a good book. I always recommend this book for people that are diabetic because you can learn so much and how to deal with your diabetes instead of avoiding diabetes and thinking everything's going to be okay, because it's not going to be okay. Your diabetes is going to get worse if it's not treated either through natural remedies or going to your doctor for some advice. Of course, I always recommend that you let the doctor know when you go visit your doctor, let him know that you would like to use a lot of herbs, to deal with your diabetes, because in large doses, herbs can be a little bit challenging at times to treat your diabetes. Okay, so let your doctor know that you drink a lot of herbal tea, and he will let you know which ones are okay and which ones aren't. This is my recommendation, my tip of the week. Get this book in your home because it will save your life. Now, I want to talk about this this what I call walking in nature. When you go out and take hikes in nature, if there's a lot of grass around, you have a lot of natural grass. Always take your shoes off and get reconnected with the healing powers of Earth. You know, by walking barefoot on a bed of grass or flowers or in the field somewhere, that will regenerate your body because you will be picking up those positive energies from the earth and bringing them into your body to make your body run better. This is very therapeutic and very healing. So I always recommend take your shoes off, take your socks off, and just struttle around in a field somewhere for 15, 20 minutes, and you would be surprised how refreshed you get by doing that. One of my main problems that I always have here in Nebraska is I don't really have any forests around. The trees are very rare in the section of Nebraska that I live in. So I have to really travel an hour or two away to get to a nice forest with some nice grass and fields. All we seem to be growing in Nebraska is corn, and you can't go struggling around with your bare feet in the cornfields. So it is challenging for me, but I eventually will find a park somewhere that has a lot of grass and I take my shoes off and start walking near a beach. If you're near a beach somewhere, go down to the beach and walk in the sand. That will do the same thing. It's just a beautiful experience to have that tingling feeling in your feet when you're walking on sand. Those are my suggestions for this video, and I'm wanting to wish everybody in my viewing land out there, have a great week. Don't forget, like, share, and comment, and subscribe, because it's very important to me, and you will be helping me out. Have a great week. I will see you soon, within a few days. I post twice a week, Wednesday and Sunday. Bye bye. God bless. Blessed be.